So I want to introduce you to Elaine now. Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
So you're going to read us something, aren't you, Elaine?
I'm going to do a poem and then my report and my experience. On one size doesn't fit all. Because we need benefits to live, we're not scroungers. Your eyes can't see our hidden disabilities, yet believe me, we're suffering day by day. When you see us out and about, where we've made an effort with our appearance, don't say amongst yourselves, they're not suffering with poverty, dressed like that. When you board a bus and see us occupying the front seat, don't tell us to move for a disabled person, as a disabled person is who you're talking to. When you park a car in a disabled bay and have no blue badge, don't shrug your shoulders and say that we don't matter. Get wise and realise that for the grace of God, one day you'll be one of us and in need. We all are entitled to respect. We do this first, don't we? Now, this is a short thing about my experience. I was abused in my beginning. I was in care, then long-term fostered. Life was lovely with this family. Then my foster mother died, and I changed completely. I began truancy from college. I also started self-harming and being suicidal. Eventually, I married and had 2 children. I had postnatal depression. The marriage failed, so did the second marriage and the loss of a child. 1998, I married for the 3rd time. He was lovely. We weren't well off as he was on sickness benefit minimum. 18 months later, he died. I was out my debt, having to resort to reclaiming. This was my darkest time. I was suicidal and admitted to psychiatric ward and sectioned. My benefit was stopped. I became in arrears with rent, etc. Only food I had was what I received from the odd person, kind enough to give me a meal. I eventually recovered enough to move away. I had help from Citizens Advice to appeal for disability living allowance and income support. I found support with Mind and church, got into several knitting natter groups and started socialising. I led on to voluntary work with mental health organisations. When my life was occupied, I found I was becoming more confident.
So, Elaine, you suffered several bereavements. What were people's responses like?
Absolutely horrible. Putting the blame on you, that you bring it on yourself. Like saying I'm friendly with older people and they die in chronological order. Well, as you heard mentioned, I lost a child aged 3 months. So they do not die in chronological order.
Okay. What about benefits? Can you tell us what happened after your husband died?
I wouldn't like to see it happen to anybody else. I went to report it and hand his book back and asked for reclaims. And I says, I don't know if I'm entitled to widow's benefit. And he says, how old are you? And I says, 44. She says, no, you've got to be 45. And I says, well, I don't know, you can put an age on somebody's life. And then I asked for a private room because I was upset, and she wouldn't interview me in a private room.
Okay. You said that you feel like you've been blamed a lot. How does that make you feel?
Well, it makes you question, am I doing something wrong? and these people are right. But, no support, you just struggle on your own.
Okay, thank you very much, Elaine.